Time now for Flight Path Trade Deadline. It's presented by JetBlue, the official airline of the New York Jets, as we are now joined by SNY NFL insider Connor Hughes. All right, Connor, the NFL trade deadline is coming up on Tuesday, November 4th. Who is the biggest name on the Jets that is most likely to be moved?
I think there's two, Jeane, and it's Quincy Williams and Michael Carter. Williams is a former All-Pro. He's still a very good linebacker. You saw what he's capable of doing in that victory over the Bengals, but he's a little bit of a fish out of water. He's best in a scheme that Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbrich ran. The pin your ears back, see ball, get ball, attack, attack, attack. When what Aaron Glenn likes, what Steve Wilks like, it's a little bit more of read and react. So I think if there's an offer out there, even if it is a day 3 pick to get a player, remember the Jets have already paid Jamie and Sherwood, so the odds of them paying Williams are significantly lower now. I think that's someone, or that's a player they'll look to move. And the other one being Carter. Brownlee's taken that nickel job. In fact, when the Jets traded for him, that's where they envisioned him playing, the inside role. So unfortunately, right now, there's not a spot for Michael Carter. He's still a valuable player that could help some defense. So he's another one who could be on the move.
All right, well, Bart and I just talked about Breece Hall. What is the market looking for like Breece?
That's the most interesting discussion that Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn need to have here over the coming week or so, because you need to decide. If you don't plan on investing long-term in Breece Hall, which all indications are the Jets do not plan on doing that. They like Braylon Allen. They like Isaiah Davis. They like what that backfield can do as a 1-2 punch, and then take the $10, $11, $12, $13 million annually you would need to invest in Breece Hall and allocate those funds elsewhere to round out the roster. If you don't believe in Hall long-term, he's going to walk in free agency. The best case scenario is you might be able to get a compensatory pick in 2027 for him. Do you want that 4th-round comp pick in 2027, or would you rather have a pick in 2026? Now, from talking to a half dozen front office sources across the NFL, I wasn't able to find anyone who was willing to part with more than a 4th-round pick for Breece Hall, and that was only in a situation where the Jets can get 2 contending teams to compete against him for their services. The vast majority, or what everyone else agreed to believing his worth to be, was a 5th-round pick. So 5th-round pick in 2026, 4th or 5th-round pick in 2027, that's what the Jets need to pick or decide.
All right, well, Connor, there are some big names on the defensive line. I don't know, Quinnen, Jermaine, Will. Why are they unlikely to be moved?
This is not a fire sale for the Jets. I know they're 1-7. They're steamrolling towards another really, really bad year, Jeane, but they're not planning on getting rid of their players for pennies on the dollar. If you want someone like Quinnen Williams, if you want someone like Jermaine Johnson, the Jets are willing to listen, and they have been listening in the recent weeks, but they are only going to move those players if they get an offer that is worth their while. For Quinnen Williams, you're thinking about something like a 1st-round pick or a high 2nd-round pick. For Jermaine Johnson, a 2nd-round pick. And right now, those are just not players that other teams are willing to part with that significant draft capital to acquire. So the Jets aren't going to budge any. If you're not willing to give them the number that they want, well, they're going to keep Quinnen Williams and they're going to keep Jermaine Johnson, 2 guys who are under contract moving forward. Specifically with Williams, though, Jeane, the Jets are going to have to do something to adjust his contract. Running low on guaranteed money for that base salary in 2026. He wants it reworked again. Not new money, just convert the old money into something guaranteed.
All right, thanks, Connor. Of course, trade deadline is November 4th. Going to get interesting.